Hello everyone. I have one more Star Wars thing to talk about in terms of review stuff. I'm going to talk about Star Wars The Clone Wars. There's a lot of stuff to talk about with The Clone Wars, so I'm going to go over what I can in terms of the movie and the TV show. I haven't seen the micro series yet. I'm going to watch it pretty soon, and I'm pretty sure I will have this edited after I've seen that, so I'm just going to put my thoughts on that series right here. It's actually really good. I really liked it. It's animated in the same style as Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack because it's done by Cartoon Network and some of the same people on there. And it basically takes place directly after Attack of the Clones and directly before Revenge of the Sith. So the CG show and movie kind of fall in between this thing, kind of like down the middle, and this thing is kind of just bits and pieces because it starts directly after Attack of the Clones and it ends right before Revenge of the Sith. Kind of weird timeline placements, but it was made before the CG show, and it was made before Revenge of the Sith came out, so that's it. I really like the animation of the show. It's done really well, and I feel like there's not a whole lot of dialogue in the show so much as visual storytelling, and it works really well. You really get to know a lot of the characters well. They introduce General Grievous and Asajj Ventress in the show. They're really cool looking characters just from this alone. And I really like the way they portray Anakin's character. You can see his turn to the dark side a little bit exemplified in this one as he starts to grow darker, and he really gets more angry. Not the biggest fan of his voice actor, though. I much prefer his voice actor in the CG show. But he's still a really cool character. I like the way a lot of things are done in this show. And it's only 2 hours long, and you can find it on YouTube. Just Google Star Wars, Clone Wars, micro series, or whatever on YouTube. You'll find it. It's 2 hours long. It's about as long as A New Hope or pretty much most of the Star Wars movies. It's really short, and I would definitely recommend it. There's not a whole lot to talk about as I just inserted this right here in the middle of the CGI show review. But yeah, I would definitely recommend watching this. I'm going to give Star Wars Clone Wars, the micro series, a 90%. It's not perfect, it's short, not a whole lot of dialogue, but you know what, I really like it, and it's short enough to make it worth watching. Back to the CG show review. This is what I think of it. Anyway, let's get into the Clone Wars stuff. The Clone Wars movie came out around 2008, and it was supposed to be 4 episodes of the new cartoon they were making, but George Lucas decided to make a movie out of it because to promote it. I don't know. Not a lot of people like it, and has a 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. I personally think it's justified because this movie is pretty harmless, to be perfectly honest. It's the first 4 episodes of the Clone Wars. Well, sort of. I'll get into that when I talk about the TV show a little bit after this. But it's basically, the plot is that it happens like after episode 2, and it's the Clone Wars and stuff. The clones are basically clones of Jango Fett's. There's like thousands of them, millions. They're on the side of the Republic, and the other side are the Separatists, who are basically the bad guys, led by Count Dooku, and secretly Darth Sidious, who basically they seceded from the Republic, and they kind of want to control stuff. So now there's a war between the two. And Anakin now has taken on a Padawan, who's basically an apprentice. If you're not a Star Wars fan, he's taken on the Padawan, Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka Tano is a pretty cool character. I really like her, but I like the stuff she does in the cartoon itself more than the movie itself. She's kind of just there from the movie just to be like, hey, Anakin, I'm your Padawan. Let's do stuff together. Yeah, you know. Anakin, I love his portrayal in the Clone Wars, though, I'll be frank. Like, this is better than Hayden Christensen's portrayal, and better than Jake Lloyd's portrayal. And, you know, the Darth Vader itself, the James Earl Jones in the original trilogy, commercials going on out there, I don't know if you can hear it or not. And basically, yeah, this is a great portrayal of Anakin because, number one, it's not whiny or annoying like Hayden Christensen's. He's not this little kid who's just, you know, screaming at stuff and just being annoying, Jake Lloyd stuff. It's a good portrayal of Anakin. And the voice actor, I believe Future Me put his voice actor right here. Yeah, this guy is the best Anakin Skywalker. I mean, the best Darth Vader is James Earl Jones, David Prowse body actor, stuff in the original trilogy, but this Anakin is great. And the plot, basically, of the movie, if I can sum it up, is basically, it's in the middle of the Clone Wars. It's the Republic versus the Separatists, and it all surrounds all... Sorry about that. Phone's running out of camera, it's going to space, and it's going to a lot. But yeah, it's basically centered around the plot of escorting Jabba the Hutt's son back to him, who, if you're watching this chronologically, Jabba the Hutt's a character from the original trilogy. They brought him in here. as well as some of the other Hutts. They're basically slugs that sit around and do nothing. And yeah, that's basically the plot of the movie. It's minimal. Clone Wars. Ahsoka is now Anakin's apprentice. Get the Hutt-lit child back to the Jabba. And yeah, there's not a lot of substance to this movie. It's kind of just battle sequences. And generally, you know, that's it. Now, I've heard a lot of people criticize the animation of this movie itself, saying it's all wooden. I didn't really notice it that much, but it probably is. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely not the best animation ever. It really is not. But, you know, it's alright, I feel. It's just not, it's not that bad. And to be perfectly honest, I don't even think this movie is that bad. I mean, it's, if you just view it as 4 episodes of the cartoon, it's fine. If you view it as a movie, yeah, it's, but I still had some fun with the movie. It wasn't bad. Just, could have been better. And it probably would have been better had it been left as 4 episodes of the TV show. But whatever, you know, what can you do? The movie exists, and it's fine, I guess. But, so yeah, I guess if I'm going to rate the movie right now, I'm going to give Star Wars The Clone Wars a 79%. Yeah, I actually think this movie is better than all the prequels, and I think The Clone Wars itself is better than the prequels, as in the TV series, but yeah. So now I'm going to talk about the TV show, because the movie's done, that's basically it. I like the characters and all that stuff, some wooden animation, whatever. The TV show itself is better than the movie. Now, it's a very long TV show. It's 121 episodes, but each episode is around 22, 21 minutes each, so, you know, you can watch in increments or whatever. It's all on Netflix also. You can go on Netflix right now, you know, and watch it all. I did it over the course of a few months, and, yeah, now I'm here talking about it. Basically, it's a whole bunch of stories from the Clone Wars itself. There's a lot of really interesting stuff that happens in the show. Like, you know, some characters that... Sorry, once again, had to empty out some space on my phone. I apologize for that. But yeah, basically, there's a lot more in this cartoon than the movie because it's a cartoon, it's a lot longer. And there's a lot of interesting subplots and stuff, and that they bring back characters that were in some of the previous movies that you know, couldn't be in some of the stuff, like Darth Maul. It's no secret that Darth Maul is actually in this. They revive him towards the end of Season 4, and he's kind of a big part of Season 5. It's pretty cool. However, there's a part of the show that's dumb, and I don't get. They release the episodes out of order, like, chronologically. Like, you know, they release it Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, 4, 5, 6. But the actual order is something different. It's like Season 2, Episode 16, then, like, Season 3, Episode 1, something like that, then the theatrical... Then, like, most of Season 1, then you have to go back a few episodes in Season 1 because you skip it. And eventually Season 5 is, like, 5 arcs of 4 episodes. And then you have to, like Season 4 is all in one, but Season 3 you have to go back a few times and there's no forward. But, yeah, it's dumb. So, Google it on Star Wars, the Wiki or Wikipedia or whatever, and you'll find a list. So, watch it by that. That's how you watch the Clone Wars. But, you know, I like this show. It's fun. It's entertaining. You know, some story arcs are better than others, but some were really gripping and riveting, and I really liked it. Some were foreshadowing the future. Some, you know, explained some events from the past. Like, for example, how do Jedi, like, you know, come back from the Force? That's something they try to explain towards the end of the show, and it's really awesome. And I really, really appreciate the show. It's fun. It's not the best Star Wars thing ever. But I think this show is a much better experience than the prequels. It tells a better story. I think the characters are done better. The animation still isn't perfect at times, but it still delivers some really cool action scenes, and the lightsaber battles are pretty cool. And we see a lot of other cool new expanded universe characters. I already mentioned Ahsoka Tano, / Ventress, who is Count Dooku's apprentice, and Jar Jar is back. He's not that annoying, though. That's good. No, really, he's not. And we really see a lot of other cool stuff. Anakin and Padme relationship actually feels like a relationship this time, and not, I truly, deeply love you. I never get tired of that. But yeah, the Clone Wars series itself is good, and I would recommend it. It's actually fun. It's on Netflix, so go ahead and watch it. And yeah, the Clone Wars TV series itself is pretty good. I would recommend it. It's kind of long, but you know what? It's short episodes, so why not? You can watch like an episode or 2 a day, and you'll be fine. But yeah, I'm going to give Star Wars The Clone Wars, the TV show, an 87%. Again, not the best thing ever, but it's still fun, and I would recommend it to those who, like Star Wars. And yeah, I guess if you want the micro series, the Clone Wars thing, I'll give my percentage of that right here. And there you go. There's a bunch of other Clone Wars stuff, probably somewhere Expanded Universe stuff, but that's not canon, so who cares? Oh well, that's it, and I hope you enjoy these Star Wars reviews. Force Awakens is coming soon, and I'm really excited for it. So yeah, adios, home slices. Future Me edited this out, right? No? Future Me stinks. He's terrible. Bye.